What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
We'll drop in the intro next time. You know, on the backside. What do you call that? Post?
Yeah,
in post. Is that what the professionals call it? I think that's what they call it. In the booth.
When you're in the booth later.
Right.
You know,
why don't you say it like you said in the booth?
Yeah.
That's what me and old boy want to know.
Yeah. That is a good
I hope
question.
you guys are doing great. I am Josh Lomar, and with me as always,
Kevin Clay.
and this is the podcast called
known as All Things Gaming.
All Things Gamonging.
Gamonging.
All Things Gaming podcast. Welcome. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope everyone's doing well. We have a very uplifting podcast episode about the coolest industry.
Only
in
good
the
news.
world.
Only good news
the
in our
best
industry.
things happening right now.
Look up in the sky.
Pew 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 pew.
It's orange with fire.
Just shooting my 6-shooter in the air.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hitting little drones everywhere I shoot.
I have not played a video game because I'm a square.
No.
But
and
also,
here's how not square you are.
I had a fucking wedding shower over the weekend. I had.
Tell us a little bit about how
was
wedding
it this
shower
last
is.
Weekend?
It was because we potted though.
Oh yeah, that's
we potted on a Sunday.
Anyway,
let's talk about it a little
don't
bit
really
real
have
quick.
a great excuse.
What is a wedding shower? Tell me what that's like.
Well, it's kind of a sexual thing where it's like
okay.
The
fact
wedding,
that you
the
invited
wedding
both your
party
parents
is a group of people of hairy Middle Eastern men who urinate on you. And
so is it potty? Like the bridal potty?
Yes.
P-O-O-T-T-Y.
Yes.
No, I see. I understand.
No, it was people come and you pay for a spot and you pay for food and then people come and have a good time with you. It's just like they give you some gifts. The best thing I got was the KitchenAid mixer.
Real
deal. Like
it's
the classic
not,
version.
It's not like a Supreme like Temu counterfeit. That's the real one.
I'm making some fettuccine this weekend for show.
Yeah.
I need to buy the noodle cutter. I'll have to cut up my own noodles again, but I don't have to make the dough by hand, and that's what I'm excited about. But I'm going to get they have so many attachments. You can get a meat grinder. You can grind up and make your own
a meat grinder.
You can grind up your own like sirloins and stuff to make like dank burgers that are like super high quality.
Dank burgers.
You could do. They also have a sausage casing thingamabob.
Yeah, I've seen someone's sausage on that. Yeah,
I'd love to learn how to do that.
Would you sausage?
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
I used to watch that YouTuber. Do you remember this? We would watch him. He made sausages of like everything, and
from the kitchen, from the test kitchen.
Nope. This was way worse than Bon Appetit. This was just a man that sounded like Peter Griffin. It was just like,
I'm gonna be doing some sausages here. I'm gonna make lobster sausage. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
like literally every single one. He'd be like,
I want to know what his best hits are, the greatest hits from that, and
dude,
then
I feel like
want
the one
to
where he
do
put
them.
White Castles in a sausage was fire. I'm sorry, I could have waited. He put a lot of shit
all over the mixer.
At one point, he filled sausage casing with oil and fried those until they popped, and was like, I
yeah,
can't
but
eat
that's
these.
not. I understand your
he
point.
filled
But
it
my
with
point
White
is,
Castle.
I want to eat
a good sausage,
a good ass sausage that I make myself.
Let's
ratios.
go back to.
I need ratios. I need.
There's some meat people on YouTube that'll
ingredients.
do us. But Bon Appetit is dead. Did you know that?
Bon Appetit is dead. Yes,
like how we appreciated it, it's gone.
Yeah,
and like
that one dude had like some weird drama where like chicks were like, he's a dick, and like, I don't know if he sexually assaulted somebody or if there was allegations, but the one guy, that wasn't in. That was loud.
It was
out loud. Is it not plugged into the?
What?
Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on.
I was just so excited to have it back.
Right.
I hit a button. All right. And then one more.
Perfect.
We'll find some dank sausages, but you got a KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah. We got a couple other things. A lot of cooking stuff.
Kitchen stuff is big for like getting for like a change
I
of life.
Mandolin. I want to make like en gras potatoes and like shit like that. I
wanna-
know. I want to
you
cut
wanna-
my fingerprints off.
Oh, God, I felt it so much.
No, you gotta like use something else other
Just
than
be
your
careful.
palm. Of course.
And also, there's a thing. Yeah, there's a little
use
block.
the thing.
There's a little
block. Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm kind of hyped about cooking again.
Excellent.
And
I was just trying to get you off the hook because you can't play video games right now. You got too much shit going on.
I got a lot going on.
You got a lot going on.
Doom,
what
though.
you been playing?
You've been dooming?
No, but Doom, the new Doom will come to you, and you'll maybe have a window to maybe play it.
When does that come out?
Oh, like tomorrow or some shit. Like for real, it's like really soon.
Dude, I got scammed and my debit card got shut off over the weekend.
What'd they do? Who took it from you?
I don't know. Someone tried to get $233 at Walmart. It was like $233.87 or something weird.
Okay.
And
what if I like Rain Man was just like AirPod Pros and cat food? Like I'm like. I hate that for you, man. They got you your money back? They resolved it quickly?
They caught it early, and they were like,
and you were
is
like,
this
no.
you? And I was like, no, this is not me. And they were like, well, bet, we're cutting off your credit card.
Yeah. So now you're moneyless. You're back in the Luddite world.
Yeah, I'm just kind of... I'm spending less money. I might need to, just... figure out
my
a way
ability
to
spend money means so much.
May 15th.
All right.
So we got 2 weeks.
All right. In 2 weeks we'll have the new
I'm
Doom.
only going to have 4 days to bang on it before I'm gone, but
dude, for you that might be enough.
No, 7 days. That'll be enough. It'll be enough. But
as far as video games for me, I've just been playing a lot of Friday Night Funkin'. I downloaded an old Dance Dance Revolution and emulated some of that and was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to dance again. Gonna get the pad out and do a little dancing.
Okay.
But other than that, nothing new. Just chilling. I did download the Chinese Souls-like AI Limit. I'm excited to see if maybe that'll be fun to play. Souls-like games, right, that aren't made by daddy, father. Hit or miss. That Korean fucking twink Liza P game was fire.
You enjoyed it.
But Mortal Shell was a mortal hell of a snooze fest. So, I mean, it's just, it's really their hit or miss. So, I'm going to give this Chinese one a go. It looked very weeaboo.
I wish that we had...
Scam likely going?
No. I wish I had the input still, the 3.5.
Yeah.
So I could answer this.
Oh, and just be like, what's up, babe?
Yeah.
You're on the air. You're on the air with All Things Gaming.
All Things Jaming. Anyway,
that's
awesome.
But we do have some excellent news for you. It is shockingly one-sided and bad for our industry.
Basically, we're going to explore the shitty side of video games and the industry as a whole right now. We have 3 articles that kind of paint a broad picture of what we're talking about.
It's if you look at the episodes we've done, since our rebranding, since our name change.
Dude, this is the second or third time I've not recorded on the audio. I've tested the audio. I've not hit record.
We test it, but we don't record.
Well, because we're sitting there quiet for 5 minutes, so I deleted it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to rip the audio from the stream again because
it happens
too often.
Does it sound? Can I ask you something? Now that we're in this liminal space,
I don't
for a
believe
moment,
that it
does it sound good when I send it to you?
It doesn't sound bad.
Yeah,
it's a WAV file.
Okay, that's
it's that's just Microsoft's fucking formatting.
But it's the
most
lossless one.
Yeah, it works best with
it's so big and fat
on the Windows. Anyway,
yes.
I just am annoyed with myself. Moving on.
Digress.
Electronic Arts, we got some news from there. Apex Legends, and then subscriptions are waning. Streaming subscription services has been waning.
We're chasing the money.
We're chasing the dragon. So let's get into this. PC Gamer. This isn't an article by Andy Chalk. We haven't heard his words in a while, but here he is. Electronic Arts.
I don't know that we've heard him since our rebrand either. Welcome back, Andy.
Yeah, Andy, thank you for contributing to the podcast. Electronic Arts lays off hundreds of employees and cancels 2 incubation projects, including a new Titanfall game. Go fuck yourself. It's all about driving future growth, you see. That's the subline, the subheader. Electronic Arts has reportedly laid off 300 and 400 people. Why not say 700 people? According to new Bloomberg report, including roughly 100 of Apex Legends studio Respawn Entertainment. Respawn has also canceled at least 2 early in-development projects, one of which was reportedly a Titanfall-based extraction shooter. This next article is actually going to tie into this perfectly. As part of our continued focus on our long-term strategic priorities, priorities, we've made select changes within our organization that more effectively align teams and allocates resources in service of driving future growth, an EA rep said in a statement provided to the site.
Restructure good. Did you know that? Restructure always good. It's about aligning. Like, it's because what happens is I fire all these people and then I realign what they did to the people who are left. It's genius.
You're right.
Hey, look, what do you guys have time, right? Like seconds?
Hey, y'all look like you have room on your plate.
Time to clean. Am I correct?
Would you like some more work so we have more money?
I have to vertically integrate and downstream all this work to you. It trickles downstream onto your mouth and palate, and it's very important that it gets there.
So as we sharpen our focus on the future, we've made the decision. We have made the decision to
all out of love. We are so lost without you.
Right. We have decided to step away from 2 early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. Some people lost their jobs. The studio said people began being out of work, but by the cuts will be offered meaningful support, AI, pat on the back, and maybe a little severance. Respawn said, including exploring new opportunities within EA. The Bloomberg report says one of the canceled projects, codenamed R7, was an extraction shooter
R7
set in Titanfall universe.
Is the R stand for
canceled earlier this year?
Does the R stand for we are trying to make a Tarkov game, but we're 8 years late? What the?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So just to wrap this up, Respawn made a point of noting that while the news is bad, everything is fine. Everything's fine because its commitment to player-first experience remains unchanged. That's why everything's okay. Don't look at the burning building. It's the everything is fine meme, literally, in video games. For Apex Legends, that means expanding what Apex can be and firing the people that create the stuff once they do it. And investing in what's next for the franchise, exploring bold experiences that push the boundaries of competitive play while staying true to the spirit of capitalism. I'm sorry, that's competition. Creativity and integrity that our community expects.
I'm at church right now.
As far as Star Wars Jedi goes, well, yes, there's going to be another Jedi Star Wars made by the janitor. He's now taken on all the responsibilities of EA.
It's okay.
It's the janitor from Control, actually.
Yeah.
He's just a Russian dude. He's just everywhere pulling the strings. No real surprise there. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I'm not going to go too deep into the EA part of this quite yet because we have another article coming right up about Apex, right? But there is something bothering me about this, Josh. Let me see if I can put the right word to it, okay?
Here, actually,
yeah.
You tell them for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I have to. I got a mission. I'm
on. Are you on a mission?
I was put on a mission.
Go. Listen, chat. How disingenuous is it for someone to tell me out loud that they are canceling 2 projects of which no one knows anything about? You understand what I'm saying, right? We are canceling 2 projects. Nobody knows anything about the amount of work, quote unquote, that's been done, quote unquote, on these quote unquote projects. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. They were just thoughts. You know what I mean? These were just like feelings that I had. Maybe this was just a wisp in the wind. But the question I have is, how disingenuous is it to say it was exactly what you wanted? It was Titanfall Tarkov. Get real. The gamers have been dying for Titanfall 3, okay? And they've been dying for a Tarkov client that, like, your credit card lets you purchase, that isn't maybe, like, has the wiggle video on it. You know what I mean? Like, what I want to know is why is it just to soften the blow? Is it just
true love is?
What's true love, babe?
True love is fucking
Is it?
Sawing chicken in the middle of a podcast.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it what I
Sorry.
feel when I look in your eyes when we're podcasting?
That is too. All right, sorry. Go on.
No,
Go
okay.
on, King.
But what I was trying to just get to the bottom of is it's just like, how fucking convenient is it that EA needs to put out some good PR about the 400, 700, whatever people they fired? So they're just going to say, like, out of the blue, yo, it was what you wanted, though. I'm sorry, we had to cancel what you wanted.
Right.
It was Titanfall 3, which was also a Tarkov clone.
Right.
It's exactly what you wanted. I'm so sorry. Look at what happened. Like, come on. Yeah, you know what? And, like, I fucking... And everything I've ever said is completely true, too. You know what I mean? Like, this stinks. It doesn't even feel true.
What were we talking about last week where we were like, something bad must be coming down the pike? What company was that? Because they were putting out, like, positive PR.
Ubisoft.
Was it Ubisoft?
Ubisoft was putting out hella positive PR.
Yeah, I wonder if anything's really... It seems that things are broiling under the surface, boiling under the surface for.
No, maybe there's someone's put some cheese on them and they're boiling
hit
it.
it with that hot heat from both
it'll
directions.
Get that crisp. You know what I mean?
Well, the
but also be
industry is
gooey.
crisping up, and this next article, Kevin, if you want to take it, we'll kind of lean into that even further.
If and when you listen to my unhinged rant that I like very succinctly like put together for you once you came back in, I think you'll really enjoy it. Because at one point I was like, I'm Bill Burring right now.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm like
His Monday morning podcast is just him just yelling into a microphone.
Can you believe this? What do you think? I'm dumb? I'm a little dumb, but I'm not this dumb.
Right.
All right. So,
All right.
PC Gamer has another article, but it's not Andy Chalk's article. It's Harvey Randall's article. It says Apex Legends writer gets laid off 24 hours after the character she wrote is revealed, because that's what the games industry in 2025 looks like. The games industry, obviously a hellscape.
It's not looking great.
And it has been for like decades and decades, but like we are headed towards not a crash, but a crash and burn.
I should say, was I just ignorant of the woes of the industry when it was like the early 2000s? I was just enjoying the growth, the splendidness of Halo and the splendidness of Gears of War and Call of Duty and Medal of Honor and like all these games, like stuff when stuff was hot. It was
I love that
sexy.
you said that.
I should say sexy.
I saw a really beautiful piece of prose about Icarus. Everyone knows the story of Icarus, right?
Yeah,
you don't want to fly too close to the sun,
sure,
because his wings, the wax that holds his wings together, would melt. There's a part of that a lot of people forget and don't talk about, which is that Icarus also could not fly too low. For the spit of the water would weigh him down.
That's very succinct.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
And you can't really you can't shit on people if you're not flying in between them.
Absolutely.
And I get your point. No.
and you nailed it.
Good job.
Extreme. Yeah.
Moving on.
But we before in ET times, like the pits, that was flying too high. And now I think we're finally going to experience what happens when everyone's just trying to make the same fucking thing and no one ever makes it and they all suck. They just want more money. Fire all those people, put all the money in it. And it hasn't worked. We're not working. It's not going well. Apex Legends writer is taking it, quote, better than I would, that's for sure. EA has laid off hundreds of employees, reportedly 300 to 400 across its studios, including around 100 at Respawn Entertainment, as we just spoke about. Among the many developers left scrambling in an industry where this has become shockingly routine. Heather Woodward, a now former narrative designer at Respawn, was laid off a literal day after the character she'd spent a year writing debuted. On April 28th.
Sick!
God, crushed it. Apex Legends introduced a new character by the name of Sparrow. My firstborn is finally here, Woodward posted to Cooler Twitter, aka Blue Sky. I've been working on this sweet ragazzo for over a year, writing a ragazzo maybe for well over a year. That was beautiful. Writing a music video style trailer was a tough but rewarding challenge, and I can't believe I get to see my work animated by the incredible team at Sun Creature. Then
there's a. Oh, what? Yes.
Yes.
Here's your pink slip.
What? What is this box for? Oh, okay. Then on April 29th.
Yeah.
The layoffs hit, and Woodward discovered she'd been caught in the wave of sacrifices to the altar of growth, to the altar of reorg. Well, this is awkward, but I was just mass downsized at Respawn. These things happen, and my time with Apex has been a top-to-bottom blast. My favorite job I've ever had. It's been a true joy to write Sparrow. I'll continue to be insufferable about him for weeks to come.
That's why when I write...
Death of the author.
When I create creative things
Yeah.
and code things, I leave in a little backdoor. A little bug
can always
that
come back.
unleashes a torrent of child porn from the owner and CEO's email account. So... You may not want to fire your boy after he spends a year working on a fucking character. That's insane.
That is, it's the amount of frustration you must feel to have no control over that anymore.
That's like
the like, yo, I made and birthed this child, and they take it from you and blow your brains out. I mean, like, that's very Children
and then
of Men.
raise it to hate you.
You know that movie we watched? You had me watch that Children of Men, where there's only...
Oh, yeah, they can't...
That's
they
a
can't
really... Like, that's a very underrated movie. If you're listening to our podcast, you should watch Children of Men, and then you should go watch
movie.
To Live and Die in L.A. The guy from CSI, when he was young, was one of the cutest dudes I've ever seen in my life. I just don't know how else to put it. He's running around all limp-wristed with his revolver, his little slutty waist. It's like what was the 80s doing to everyone?
Children of Men got 92 Rotten Tomatoes.
So
you know,
well,
it was
is that people or critics?
7.9 out of IMDb. You know, I don't.
A 7.9 from
IMDb,
critics is bad.
Tomato meter's 92, popcorn meter 85.
I'll accept that. All right.
So
rated.
It's a good movie.
It's rated. I'll give it that. As if to properly hammer a final capricious nail into a coffin, Woodward was then sent a promotional email for the character she wrote before she was promptly shown the door. Woodward appears to be taking this on the chin in a way that's downright enviable, but it really does feel like a perfect... Taking it on the chin, does that mean that you got hit but it didn't hurt?
Yes, it means that you
glanced
took the blow and you're still standing.
Okay. I was like, it has nothing to do with cum, right? Like, I just wanted to make sure it had nothing to do with fluids.
That depends on the context.
Okay.
Because a chick could take one on the chin in a pornography film.
And it's
or
not...
a man, whatever.
Right.
But
whomever.
somebody could take a shot on the chin.
Someone of consenting and legal age.
Right. And
could be in a film.
Correct.
And... All right, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at the reasons why you might get laid off while working on a game. And these are just links to other articles, but this is kind of just to prove the point, right?
Okay, yeah.
Your game doesn't do well. Your game is called a success by Microsoft, and Microsoft lays you off immediately after. You help make a game as successful as Marvel rivals, and you are then laid off. Your studio gets acquired for over $60 billion, and you are laid off. You endure executive pressure that forces you into making games your studio isn't good at making, and it doesn't go well, and you are laid off. Someone decides your portfolio needs to be aligned, reorged, restruct, recucked, remote, to become more flexible, agile, versatile under economy.
I
industry
literally
conditions.
just figured it all out. I figured out why this has always made sense to me. Why I'm not surprised by all these things that happen in this industry. It's essentially retail. It's retail, and we've worked in retail. We worked for a company, a corporate structure that's been bought and
sold and
people have come
again.
and gone, and you
come
know,
again.
you spend 10 years and then they're just like later. Yeah. It doesn't matter, and that's unfortunately looks like what's happening to the gaming industry, man. They're just taking
the flag doesn't mean anything. Like what? Like your desk is meaningless. Like you walked into the building, says Microsoft, doesn't matter.
But also, you work for EA. You know what I mean? That's not some little indie darling fucking mom and pop shop. You know what I mean?
It sure isn't.
You're in the meat grinder.
You
dog.
might also say like the fact that you have to keep turning up your car's AC the closer you get to the building might have told you something.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Like it's evil. You work at the bad place. as opposed to, the good place. And there's no more good places. There's no SNL fucking like
and I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're not doing so well. Is it that subscription based? I'm sorry. Well, subscription based, but also I'm saying pay for play, a paid live service game isn't paying out and panning out that the way that they think it would have.
You think racist if we just wear black church shit one day, like just in a like we were in a choir, that whole purple thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I will just say
we might be seeing the ramifications of those choices that were made 5-6 years ago, or 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago, when COVID started, when all this money we were spending money like it was fucking cool, just sitting at home, not doing shit.
Chilling.
Not doing a goddamn thing, making more money than I ever made in my goddamn life. And they want to be like, and
ostensibly, yeah.
No, I'm not even fucking kidding. I've never made $1,000 a week.
I don't think I made that much, but I feel you though. I made like 7 something. And I was,
it was
like, but it was sick.
That was without being taxed. It was
right.
like $800 or $900.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
It was tits though.
A week.
Well, I mean, it was just like I
had to pay like $5,000 at the end of it in taxes because I was stupid and didn't have the taxes taken out in the front end. But it still would have been like $10,000 probably over 3 months.
What you would have made.
3 month period.
Right.
What?
Which I know what we make. It's not 10 G's in 3 months.
That.
I promise you, it's not.
It was not that. So and it was all because we were furloughed. Because of a classification. Because
remember,
I'm not even gonna try.
The Chinese virus was only going to happen for 2 weeks.
Right.
We were going to be back.
Right.
It's just
China. It was
somebody chomped that bat.
It was like that, and we'll get it. Let's see what this Tweaktown article, if it kind of leans into this even further,
brother. You are tweak-towning.
I'm gonna
tell me about it.
I'm gonna tweak my nips on this. All right, subscription spending has been flat since 2021. Analysts say subs are not the future of gaming. Spending on
Doms are.
Spending on subscriptions remains relatively stable, but doesn't show signs of large growth in the United States. But despite calls of Duty's Game Pass uptick. The TLDR of this, too long didn't read. U.S.
exactly
video game subscription spending has remained flat since 2021, with temporary 12% boost from Call of Duty's Game Pass launch. Analysts suggest subscriptions have reached saturation in the U.S., with manufacturers shifting focus away from the aggressive growth Nintendo Switch Online may drive future subscription increases.
Your growth's aggressive, dude. You should see a doctor.
You want to see an oncologist about that. Despite an increase from Call of Duty's launch, of Game Pass spending and video game subscriptions has been relatively stable yet flat throughout the last few years. Circana analyst Matt Piscatella says.
Canna.
Game subscriptions aren't expected to replace full game sales anytime soon. In fact, trends show that subscriptions hasn't really grown since the spike in the holiday season when Call of Duty was launched on Game Pass. U.S. spending on video game subscription has basically been flat for years, following 2020 to 21 growth, only boosted by 12% in Q4 thanks to Call of Duty. So I bet you that Game Pass, I wonder, and I'd be willing to bet that Game Pass was like, that didn't start until COVID, right? Basically.
Correct. Absolutely.
I bet you that was an idea on the shelf, and they looked at the world.
Slapped it off the shelf.
They looked at the world and what was happening and go, nope, why not?
Yeah.
Send it.
And they full send.
And they did, and I mean, there was nothing else to fucking do but fucking subscribe to that service and download video games onto your Xbox
and play them.
Yeah.
To ridiculous.
PlayStation has a version. Nintendo has a version.
Oh yes, they do. Everyone does. And of course Xbox does the PC Game Pass as well.
Right.
So you can do that. This is now, I mean, like I'm happy to see that Call of Duty did not really change it, and here's why. I want them to know. You ought to know. The last 2 Call of Duties were not mid. The pack was sour. I would throw this weed away.
Is the fruit
and not
of the
smoke
tree
it.
tainted?
It's spice. I mean, like, it's not even weed.
Oh no.
We're lost. You're lost. You're not here anymore. I used to, we don't love the same things forever and ever and ever.
No.
It's okay because we
Life
change.
changes. Yeah, you have to change.
You come to realizations. You restructure, you reorganize your thoughts and your opinions based on perspectives, and things that happen to you.
Truth.
I never really saw a world where I wouldn't enjoy playing a nice arcade shooter for a few hours a week. There's a peace to it. There's a tranquility to it. And there's a slight competitiveness to it that doesn't sting. It's like, oh, I won, oh, I lost. You know what I mean? It's low stakes.
Why haven't... I'm sorry, go on.
But no. But all I'm saying is that, like, that sucks. I don't even want to do it
Why
on
don't
this
they have
anymore.
like a subscription? Is there a company that provides a subscription that is retro games, that is a certain genre or like specific...
Nintendo's the closest thing.
Well, and this article rounds off by saying Nintendo, on the other hand, could spark subscription growth with Switch Online, which aims to be the integral part of Switch 2's core functionality.
Right. They are trying to be more online. Like, they're trying to get to the level that, like, maybe an Xbox 360 has.
Has there been any speculation on what that cost could be for their subscription? Because they don't give really breaks on their games. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and they're giving even less breaks now.
And so if they have that could be a way for subscriptions to work in their favor, because there might be some value saving for people.
If you listen to our podcast and scalp Nintendo Switches and you don't have you wouldn't steal for bread, like, you know what I mean? What are you doing? What are you up to? I'm just getting a lot of stuff about the price of Switch. I want the online subscription.
So
price.
No speculation.
Is
it even a live service right now?
They have Switch Online now. But I am almost positive it will go up, because what they're going to do, mark my words, is when the Switch 2 comes out, they'll put Switch games on it. You know what I mean? At the highest tier. Here is how much Nintendo Switch Online costs currently, right? Right now,
$3.99.
you get a year of it for $20
Whoa.
of Switch Online. Well, hold on. That's just to play online only. Then you start building.
Oh, there's tiers.
There's value tiers here.
Now
so you get expansion packs.
I was going to say $3.99. Yeah, right.
So let's talk about this, okay?
Yeah.
12 months of Nintendo Switch Online with the expansion pack is $50. PlayStation Plus Extra is $140 or $135, and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $200 motherfucking dollars a year.
A year.
That's Ultimate, but it's everything you'd want.
Right.
So you get 2 of these. You bought another console next year.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm about to check and see when my PlayStation 1 goes through and maybe bump me back down to Essential. I don't even know when I'm going to have time to play games on their subscription this year. Why would I reward them for my inability to play them?
Which lies another issue. How many? It's like the streaming service issue. Are we back to paying for cable?
Yes,
you know
we're
what I
already
mean?
back.
We're oversaturated.
And why don't I just get like if I got my Netflix history, okay, I bet you 85% of what I watch on Netflix is some shit I already like. If I just go get that and purchase it and put that value against what I pay for Netflix, I could probably be done. And then catch a month of it when Tires comes out. Oh, 1 month of Netflix so I can watch some shows. And I'm done. With games, I have a thing where if I love a game, and I mean love it, I have a feeling I'll want to play it again. So I want to own it.
Yeah.
So I don't want your subscription where you'll take it away from me when I want to play it, and now I gotta buy it again.
How will you know if you don't want to play it if you don't get the subscription and get it? It comes out free day one. Kev, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Day one.
Day one, free.
Day one. Day one, you can play
this shitty game.
This unfinished piece of shit game. It won't be done for another month and a half.
We fired everyone that worked on this game.
Day one. Day one. No one working on the code base is familiar with it. Day one.
Day one. I sold the company and moved to Guatemala. Now I have a conclave of whores that are fucking prostitutal marriages.
Day one.
It's legal down there.
Day one. My nasal cavities are almost entirely made of cocaine now. New synapses. New. Would you like some water?
I'm good.
Okay. That was just for the bit?
Yeah.
That was really good. I really liked that bit. So here, all this to say this. I think we're moving into an area where y'all should be really selective with the games that you purchase. And if you're gonna get one of these, you should get one. And you should be wary of how your money is going. Money, this is like, I'm not trying to be dire, but like, it feels pathologic-y out here. Like, any day could be day one, and then all of a sudden we wake up and money, we actually, you know what, Josh, you know what's fucked up?
Huh?
We have gone to the store and the day before the price of eggs was 5 times lower. We kind of are living in pathologic if you just look at eggs. If you look at egg value, it's happened. It's already happened. But what I'm saying is that Nintendo and PlayStation and Xbox and all of these services don't deserve your money if you're not going to have time to make it worth it.
Should make a video game about the price of eggs going up, which is the first pillar that falls in society that leads to the rest.
What kind of game?
And that's your subplot. And
what kind of game?
You're an egg that has just legs sticking out in the future, and you're trying to fucking uncover the truth of what's going on.
If I make
it's called Chicken Little.
We have to. It's got to be a little different than that. I can do like chicken, like with an apostrophe, and then let's do L17L,
and then and
he's a robot. But
we rip off the dude in the cauldron with the hammer. The climbing we rip that off,
and it's that kind of game.
Yeah. Yes,
it's a getting over it type beat game.
Yes.
And then you and I with different Australian accents.
Yeah.
Like as you die,
we just give you little quotes about like chicken inspired knowledge. Like you just want to put a barrel of a gun in your mouth after 3 hours of playing. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
All right, we're gonna workshop this game. I was thinking more of a walking sim, kind of like isometric. Situation where you do a lot of, maybe you solve a mystery.
What about a Walking Dead mystery where you're an egg with legs sticking out? I got like 100 ideas. They're like all like basically that's the main thread running through it all.
I love that. I'm gonna just start drawing.
What if it was a mech tank warrior thing, and in the cockpit you're an egg with 2 legs sticking out of it? And you have a little goatee drawn on the outside of your eggshell. I think that would be a tight game.
Yo, look at this little fella. Damn. Yo, you got me. Like I laughed so hard. I'm like hot. Like
What
I'm
happened?
sweating.
Why hasn't there been a series of games with like the characters the same, but the premise just changes so hard every single time?
They only did that with Burger King, basically.
Yeah,
Sneak King.
Yeah.
Cart King.
Right.
And he's just like, look at me. You can have it your way. Fucking have a shitty game.
Well, we'd make it a little bit better than that, but you know, basically that's the vein I'm going for.
God. Oh, my stomach hurts. I laughed so much at that. Oh. All right, let's see. I just wanna take a little peek here. Thank you guys so much for listening to our show. Yes. We have been egg with little egg sticking out. All Things Gaming.
I'm going to show you where I got the inspiration for that.
No, I don't want to see because I want to make my own guy. I don't want to see him. Like he might ruin my thing.
All right.
I've got thoughts.
Damn it.
All right. No, I'll see him. I can see my guy in my head already. Let me see him.
Oh, hold on. Let me look at. You do your thing.
We've been All Things Gaming podcast. The only communist pro LGBTQA plus gaming podcast that ever exists ever. The only one. You can find us at our Patreon, which we really would appreciate you checking out. You can also
Sheldon Chick from
Garfield.
No, it was from the farm.
From the Barnyard Adventures of Garfield.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm hip to that.
Yeah.
I'm hip to that.
Basically, this guy in a mech, just using his feet to control a mech.
Yeah, I can see it.
Just killing civilizations.
Like kind of tipped back so that the like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's a suction cup on the back of the egg.
It's a suction cup
that he like can lift up and like get to different parts. Yeah. And he's got a goatee.
That somebody drew on with
the
dry
outside.
erase.
Yes. It clearly looks
and
like
maybe it's smeared.
Yeah. They were left-handed.
You play Act 2 with a smear.
Maybe like left-handed a palm print on the side. Yeah, you got it. All right,
You can also reach us at twitch.tv/ twitch.tv/ All Things Gaming podcast. We also have a massive backlog of content that is like rapidly approaching being unavailable to you, so you should really catch it.
Well, are we gonna put it on a
but
Patreon
like
and behind a paywall?
But then we'll have to do that though.
Yeah, that's true.
Which will take time. Also, I suppose someone should go on there and download all those files. I guess I could do that. Or we could do a Patreon import.
No. I mean, we could probably do
from
that.
SoundCloud.
We could probably do that, but I have all the raw. I have every file.
Yeah, but that does count. That cuts two things out of my plan. So I'm into it. At soundcloud.com/getinthecargamer, you can check out our old podcast and this podcast. Maybe if you're still listening to this stream, this RSS feed. But really, like, we had a great time today. I had a lot of fun. Did you have a lot of fun?
I did.
And we had a lot of fun today. But you know what's not fun? Being addicted to anything.
Call your priest.
Yeah. Actually, there's no pope right now. I wouldn't. Until next time.
Hopeless.
Until next time, it's time to get in the mech little egg with like sticking out.
Little Sheldon.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.